So this is the classic FOEHN effect. Over at Verbier car park, which is where you'd park if you're driving over from Chamonix to ski there. It's currently 1.7 degrees heavy snow. Here in AVALANCHES, which is basically the same elevation, it's, I think, 7 degrees, bone dry, it's almost sunny, but it's very, very windy. So this is part of the reason why Courmayeur often has better snow than over here in Chamonix. The FOEHN effect. So Sunday's snow didn't really materialise, barely a flake made it over Mont Blanc from Italy, but it's Tuesday evening now and it's absolutely dumping down and it's going to keep snowing all night, so finally some more white stuff again. So, as I suggested last week, I've come to Pila. I couldn't turn down the opportunity to potentially ski over a metre of fresh snow. So, didn't actually quite get the metre plus of fresh snow that was potentially in the forecast. It was only 70 centimetres. I know, Crimea River. It's still probably the biggest single dump of snow I've ever skied in the Alps. It's, yeah, pretty amazing. So, it's now Wednesday and the snowfall came on Sunday, and unfortunately it was sunny on Monday. So in places there is a bit of a sun crust, but certainly up high it's beautiful untouched powder, and even lower down on the right aspects it's still lovely soft and fluffy. Granted, it's heavier than if you'd skied it straight away the day after, but what can you do? Unfortunately I've got a day job as well, so I couldn't get here on Monday. So I've come to Verbier again to escape the mad crowds in Chamonix. There are mad crowds here in Verbier too, but it's an absolutely massive resort. And yeah, certain lifts, the honeypot lifts, are really, really busy, but it's super easy just to escape the crowds and find a really quiet spot. So I had a pretty decent dump of snow here on Tuesday as well, same as Chamonix. It's now Thursday, so it's 2 days ago, but there's still plenty of untouched snow to be found. So there are generally two types of people who ski in Verbier: the free riders and extreme skiers, and then the kind of wealthy, everyday holiday makers who are here just to cruise on some easy blues and then eat expensive fondue and drink champagne. So if you want to ski the freeride terrain, you basically have to get here really early and rush up, so everyone's heads up to Montfort, Montgelais to basically get first tracks and all the couloirs and stuff up there. But that means that there's so much untouched powder to be found right next to the piste and right next to the lift if you stay lower down or just go somewhere further away from all the classic freeride terrain. So some of this footage is literally right by the side of the piste. First thing this morning, lovely soft blowy powder, and yeah, it's 2 days since it last snowed, but no one skied it because everyone's headed up to Montfort and the people who are skiing the lower runs are just skiing the piste. So yeah, it's an absolutely glorious day up here, stunningly beautiful, and the snow is really, really good. So the Verbier end of the Cat Valley resort definitely got more snow, so the further east you head there's less, but there's still plenty. But yeah, naturally also most of the crowds are at the Verbier end as well, so just head a little bit further along, you'll find much more peace and quiet. And this is what I mean. Has a little bit of traversing to get here, a very short boot pack, but look, pretty much untouched, just because I'm a couple of valleys over from the main Verbier resort. So, all that snow that they had in the Aosta region was inevitably going to lead to some pretty massive avalanches, one of which was here at Gressoney. So Gressoney is a subsidiary valley to the main Aosta Valley, and the entire area was cut off from the rest of the world for a couple of days because the one and only road in and out of the valley was blocked by this massive avalanche. So just goes to show the pretty terrifying power of nature, really. Speaking of the pretty terrifying power of Mother Nature, this absolutely massive avalanche was on the Vallée Blanche on Wednesday, I believe.
Oh fuck, oh fuck. Are we safe? Those guys over there. Oh my god, those guys going there. Fuck, fuck, fuck. They should be okay. No. They're not gonna be okay. Oh my god, those guys are skiing way down there. Oh my god. Oh fuck. People down here. Oh fuck, my life. Someone can call a helicopter now? Oh my god, there's a guy over there. They done. Oh fuck. Keep an eye on that spot. Dude, is he gonna hit the skin track?
Now, miraculously, nobody was caught up in it, but that was purely by luck rather than design, because it was absolutely huge and you would have had no chance of outrunning it if you were in the firing line. So this avalanche wasn't caused by an unstable snowpack or wind slab or irresponsible skiers skiing above there. Instead, this was triggered by a large serac fall on the Glacier Noir, which then, as there was lots of fresh powder snow, triggered a massive powder cloud avalanche. That then came all the way down the Periades Bowl and crossed pretty much to the Salamanche on the main classic line of the Vallée Blanche, so pretty scary stuff. And as I say, it was just a miracle that no one was caught up in it, because the Periades Bowl, where you can see the avalanche crossing, that is a major up track for everyone skiing up to things like the Brèche Pissot and the Capuchin Couloir and many other classic ski descents up there, as well as people just simply skinning up there to ski back down on the often very reliable snow, because it's a north-facing bowl. So I've seen some video footage from other people who were actually above the avalanche when it came down. So people were in the area at the time, just thank God nobody was still coming up the skin track, because if you've got skins on and you're in walk mode, you've got no chance of being able to outrun an avalanche like that. So unlike most types of avalanches triggered by a serac fall such as this, there really is absolutely no warning, because, well, yes, seracs are in general more likely to tumble down when it is warmer, purely because the glacier will be moving faster when it's warmer. They can occur at absolutely any time, and indeed quite often rapid changes of temperature, both in terms of getting cold as well as in terms of getting warm, can trigger them to fall. So there's really not much you can do to avoid a serac fall other than just not being there in the first place. So this is just a reminder really of how serious a ski itinerary the Vallée Blanche is, because while when the weather's good and the snow conditions are good, it can feel very, very tame, especially if you're just doing the classic. It is a serious high alpine mountain environment with all the extreme dangers that go with it. So yeah, don't be fooled and don't be lured into a false sense of security just because everything feels safe. You still need to be on your guard at all times. So, as I've already mentioned, we had some pretty decent snow in Chamonix up high on Tuesday. So anybody who was up and out early on Wednesday found some pretty great conditions up at Grand Montet, for example. Indeed, as it was relatively low wind during this snowfall event, it meant that the Guy du Midi was able to open, and consequently things like the Cosmic Couloir and Glacier Ronde saw plenty of action too this week. So here's some footage from one of my friends on the Cosmic Couloir, and he said that there was over 50 centimetres of powder in the couloir. Naturally it was very, very busy and plenty of people had beaten there to it, so it wasn't untracked, but even so, when it's tracked, it's still lovely, soft and great skiing. There's plenty of really good snow to be had too in the Barade Valley, especially higher up in the Barade Valley. So if you'd either boot packed or skinned over from the Brevant-Flagère ski areas or just skinned up from Le Bouet, tons of amazing skiing to be had up there, especially if you're up there relatively early in the morning before it got too sunbaked and on the more northerly aspects. So yeah, another friend was up there on Thursday, and yeah, he found some amazing untracked powder up there too. So that's pretty much the name of the game in Chamonix. If you do want to ski untracked powder after 11 AM, you need to put your skins on or put your skis on your back and work for it. But if you do, plenty of fun to be had. So much amazing snow, amazing terrain to be found a few days after powder. But yeah, you just won't find it in the resort, unfortunately, because everyone skied it by 11 AM. So what to expect for the coming week? Well, there is yet more snow in the forecast again this weekend, but again, it's coming out from the south, so Italy's going to be getting the brunt of it. In theory, we'll get a few centimetres, maybe 10, maybe 20 centimetres here in Chamonix, but maybe like last week, none will make it over Mont Blanc at all. We just have to wait and see. But certainly Courmayeur will be getting a half-decent dump over the weekend, and yet again, Pila, further south and east in the Aosta Valley, is getting absolutely dumped on. They're expecting another 60, 70, maybe 8 centimetres of snow down there, so pretty incredible really, on top of the snow they already had last week. So yeah, if anyone's here with a car and they're free on Monday, head to Aosta, because it could be absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately for me, I'll be working again, so you have to find out for yourselves just how good it is. And probably the best news of this whole snow report is that the school holidays are finally over, which means work will be a lot less busy for me and my fellow transfer drivers, But also, for those of you who are coming out to resort in the coming weeks, be much, much quieter. Again, it's Chamonix, so it still will be busy, but it won't be anywhere near as busy as it's been for pretty much the whole of February and for this week as well. So, happy days. Be back to a relative sense of normality again, at least until Easter comes back around and we're mobbed with tourists again. But for now, if you are coming out here, make the most of it, have fun. I hope you find some fresh snow too, and tune in next week.